This chronicle to my friend Josie, which led to me trying to explain my friendship with Michael, which just turned into me showing her clips from Let There Be Thunder of a bunch of stupid things
But
that I did with the other Michael. It's just like, wait, I don't understand. I'm like, no, this is important. And then I ended up showing her a bunch of other stuff, and it was really funny.
You have to understand the origin story before you can get to the sequel.
did you show her fireball sex like that one?
No, but I did show her. Well, I showed her the really dramatic part of that scene. I didn't show her all of it because it was like a huge thing, but I showed her the clip of the really emotional part of that.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty good one.
She's gonna start watching the show.
I did also show her the part on the balcony and me forgetting that I had celerity.
Well, another good part. But we are live. I caught the beginning of that entire story because you challenged me. And
I wasn't trying to be. I wasn't trying to avoid it.
I know.
If I was trying to avoid it, you wouldn't catch me.
Like when you forget you have celerity, really.
Fuck you! It only happened once on stream.
So, what is up, chat gang? We are back. It was a dramatic couple of weeks there. Oh my god, my office is really messy.
It looks the same. I don't know.
You know, some of us caught COVID.
Until the camera goes slightly this way, and then I'm like, oh my god.
Well, then, don't do that.
Yeah.
Hang on, we'll just like make it more. Oh shit! When I go that way too. Yeah. So my office is messy, but that's all right. Normally, I do a better job of hiding the fact that like preserving.
Why do you think I have a screen behind me thing
like preserving the illusion that my office is clean by keeping at least this frame clean. But yeah, we're back. We all went to Gen Con, except for Anne, who was there in spirit.
Anne was there in spirit. We talked about our coterie a lot.
I was shit posting Abria Iyengar, who was at Gen Con, so it's fine.
I'm gonna Photoshop her into one of those taco pics, by the way. Like, so
totally should. Yeah.
Please send me one of those. It'll be great.
Okay.
I'm serious. Yeah, we're back. We took a couple weeks off there to Gen Con prep and Gen Con return, and we'll consider it a sort of quarter season finale because we're just kind of getting into the meat and potatoes of a season 2 here. Good time to
corned beef.
Hey, we've been playing this shit for like a year.
It is. I feel like we should do something special for like our a 1-year anniversary, but then I would have to like be good at time and look at like a clock or calendar or something.
Wait.
We can approximate.
No. Okay,
yeah, I mean, most places, most things do, right? They like, like.
Did we have a session around your birthday last year? Like, was it the second or third session around your birthday?
I think I remember being unaware it was your birthday and being like, oh yeah, it was your birthday, and then just like continue. Maybe
very likely it was a year ago. Who are you people?
I don't know.
All right, but yeah, welcome to the Endless Elegy. Welcome to season 2. There be vampires here. Tonight's episode is called Rented World. Because I was listening to a lot of the Menzingers at work today. For those of you who know, you know. Let's real quick do a content warning. Any?
I'll go.
Anne, I feel like Anne needs. Or you want to do it? You volunteered yourself.
I mean,
so you go. Yeah,
I mean,
go ahead.
Yeah, you want. Anne
no. Go ahead. You volunteered, so go ahead. I will not deprive you of this.
The fault. All right, hold on.
Someone just needs to volunteer to like edit it.
Someone needs to go into streamer mode because that was just very annoying. Right as I'm about to talk, I just heard a. I'm like, yeah, fuck.
Now mine says streamer mode is enabled. Mef announcement.
Mine, it was me. Mine wasn't. Okay. Now is good. All right. Doodle doodle doo. Okay, what was the we've gone live announcement? Thanks, Shelly.
Yeah. While you're doing this, I'm going to switch over to Twitter and retweet and
All
do those
right.
things.
All right. Content warning. Be prepared for edging.
Fuck you, man.
Just read it twice right away here.
The following show takes place in the world of darkness and explores narratives of personal horror. This story is a work of fiction and is not official World of Darkness material. Many of the themes are portrayed from a place of empathy, but may be uncomfortable to some listeners. Episodes may contain coarse language, sexual content, mental and emotional abuse, violence, mental illness, and blood. Viewer discretion is advised. Portions of the materials are the copyrights and trademarks of Paradox Interactive AB and are used with permission. All rights reserved. For more information, please visit worldofdarkness.com. Thank you for watching Endless Elegy. We hope you've enjoyed the story thus far and invite you to like, follow, and subscribe on Twitch or your favorite player. By doing this, you'll help support the show and get updates when our next episode goes live. If you'd like to be a part of our glorious community, you can follow us on Twitter and join our Discord. All links in the show notes. Let's fucking put out a vampire. I am burning currently.
Oh, shit. Incantabot is awake.
Yeah, no, I'm Sasha's bailing a burning ship, apparently.
Yeah, so
abandoning
a burning ship. So
yeah,
I guess
she took a ride. She took a ride in Rory's brain to check out where he was at, and then like, oh shit, this is burning. I'm leaving.
Oh, that's
now.
right, because share the census. The yeah. So I guess that gives us to our very brief recap, and I'll handle this. Rory played Train with the Sun, or played a game of chicken with the sun. He was a man of convictions. He held those convictions, and I was quite surprised. But forget about
shouldn't be. Michael always commits to the bit.
The hard commit to the bit. Yeah. Oh, did you miss that part, Charles? Yeah. Rory very nearly got crispy crittered by the sun. So Rory's eyes close. He sort of loses himself in the tranquil black of sleep, of merciful slumber after the sort of horrendous series of events that have befallen him these last few evenings since he met Prince Kevin Jackson. The rest of the coterie all struggling with their own demons, for lack of a better word. Ben Sahar given into the whispers of the beckoning. Dante lost in I guess he's not part of the coterie, but Dante lost in a sort of crestfallen state. You can kind of almost get a mental image of him just kind of playing some sullen blues guitar riff, while ethereal keys and strings surround him. Our Toreador, Sasha Dawson, trying to reintegrate herself into the hoi polloi and the politics of kindred society, and Ashley Dame battling something different entirely. Otherworldly is an understatement when you're dealing with the Fae, as you believe you are, and all of this is in preparation for the very uncomfortable but necessary task of dealing with the First Light. who have encroached, more than encroached, upon the Chicago thief. They've abducted people. They have manipulated real estate, which is a classic vampire go-to, and they have ingratiated themselves with some truly sinister allies. All of this sort of lilts about inside Rory's head as he is swallowed by darkness. Even a kindred of his great humanity has to give into the day sleep at some point, and having just battled the sun, this day sleep comes even more heavily. He fades somewhere deep into his subconscious, someplace he had forgotten. And then he feels a warm embrace. First sort of pricking his neck and then working its way down to an exposed thigh as the sun greets him. Through a blind in a room he doesn't recognize. The sun should hurt him for 4 or 5 different reasons, and yet he lays here. As if like 1,000 fingers caressing him in a full body massage have strummed him awake. He looks around his room. There's no danger here. There's no darkness. Just a half-drawn curtain batting away whatever nightmares he was fighting and struggling with that caused the sheets to get kind of like wrapped up in a little bit of a constriction right around part of his torso, and like I said, leaving part of his leg exposed, and even memories of childhood where he couldn't go out and play with others, sort of he fights those back a little bit and remembers that he found some studies that helped him overcome that. Roy Teague searches his subconscious, and it comes up blank there, as so many subconscious minds do when we're first waking up from a bad dream. The closer our toes get to the carpet, the further the dreams become from our memory. And his conscious mind begins to take over. And right now, the main thing his conscious mind picks up is the warm veil of the sun filling up his bedroom in a nice, maybe humble apartment in one of the hipstery up-and-coming sections of Chicago, with a kiss of bacon cooking and sizzling and wafting on the wind into his bedroom. He can hear the clanking of pots coming from downstairs. Roy Teague rubs his eyes. Vampires. I'm a mage. Vampires don't exist. I've never come across them in any of my studies. But there is that bacon.
I mean, can't say no to bacon. I'll be right down, Sam. Minute. Give me a minute.
A tome greets you on the bed next to a cell phone. You were studying. You see like sort of scrawlings in an ancient book that spans a couple eras. In fact, different handwritings and works collected in an obscure tome of sorts. Maybe it's what inflicted that already fading dream upon you.
Enochian always gives me nightmares. You think I'd learn? Fuck. All right. Pants? Yeah, fuck it.
Wait, no pants? No.
Bacon with no pants. I see you like to live dangerously.
I love that you give the guy the ability to hang out in the sun, and he just goes off without pants to eat bacon.
Head down the hall, and oh yeah, there are my pants, like behind the couch again. Oh.
You hear the shifting about of some dishware coming from just beyond where you find your couch. You in the living room.
Morning.
Morning. How was your sleep?
Enochian. So, not good. I have to stop reading that shit right before bed, but yeah.
And she just continues to flit around in the kitchen. You only see her back. She's in the kitchen washing something in the sink. Storyteller.
Yes.
Humor me for a minute. What does the calendar say the date it is? Also, what year are we in? Just to get myself.
I hope you didn't already have a name because I named you. So.
Well, you said Sam.
I did. Yeah.
Just humor me for a sec. Also, circle back around.
The calendar reads. The calendar reads. Let's see. When's Follies? Be like April 1992.
Oh, 92. Love that. Okay.
1992.
And then you just hear the voice say, "Who the hell is Sam?" And then
someone good at making breakfast.
The figure turns around, and it is a face you would recognize, different yet similar. And she just walks up to you and says, "Are your nightmares giving you amnesia now?" And she gives you a kiss on the cheek. Good morning.
I mean, have you read Enochian? That shit hurts.
Does it hurt enough that you forget your own girlfriend's name?
Today, apparently, yeah. Also haven't had bacon yet, so.
All right, here. And she starts putting out breakfast on the dining table. And
when they say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, they meant me. I mean, I'm in the dictionary.
Well, the fact that I had to clear out all those Taco Bell wrappers from your last big study binge.
It's fine.
Rory casts his glance to you've got like your multiple chairs.
Yeah.
And this is not like the spacious, grandiose apartment that the Upper East Side may indulge in. The kitchen and dining room are butted up against each other, and you have like one of those like old school tables that like the sides fold down, right? You couldn't hold up one side if you wanted to anymore. The arm that's underneath that's supposed to brace it has long since just given up from a couple of Rory's more robust tomes. It just kind of tapped out, and so you've kind of that's the side that goes up against the wall, right? And you've got a space for 3 if you like it cozy for breakfast. And you look on one of the chairs. That sort of third chair that's hard to get to, and when you'd have to pull or drag the table around to like accommodate said third person. And you can make out sort of a couple of your study materials and one leather bound tome that is more permanently on your person. It's small moleskin thing, and it's got a little insignia on it that you recognize as your insignia for the Order of Hermes.
And maybe a slightly important question. As I walked by a mirror or a window, do I look older? Do I look 30-ish?
In the 90s, you should be 30-ish, right?
30,
Rory Teague had he? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Some mages can resist aging. Maybe that's down in the line for you, but no. Rory Teague is a studied, somewhat reclusive and taboo member of the Order of Hermes, which tend to be traditional, a little bit like traditionalist mages, but they really like dig deep into the past to evoke change in the future. When most people, I won't.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Does she look like Sasha, or is it someone else?
She looks like an older version of Sasha. Shorter hair than you remember.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think you might be better than the bacon, Sash.
What? Keep using these names. Are you okay?
Apparently not. No.
She kind of makes a fuss, like checking you.
I don't.
Have
I
a
don't know.
fever?
I mean, do I? I don't think so.
He doesn't, does he? Are you okay? Are you sick? Listen, I'm gonna make you some tea, okay? And then she swaps out the coffee cup for like a different cup. And she's like, no, maybe your excessive consumption of coffee might be the problem. And she takes the coffee away. There's something that you notice. She's a lot more soft-spoken in personality and demeanor. That's kind of like the part that you're like, wait a minute, this isn't looks like her but isn't her, and it confuses you a little bit.
And I, the player, can't remember her actual name, so this is gonna be great.
I don't think you've ever actually heard her actual name and used her anything like that. I don't even think you know.
I'm also not 100% sure that I know in game.
I'll allow you an intelligence roll because it was used in front of you by Soren.
Right.
Right.
Straight intelligence or
straight intelligence. Sorry, I'm throwing you a bone here, but only
that's fine.
so big.
4 dice is fine now. I assume no hunger dice.
No, nothing of the sort.
That is one success.
You only needed one.
Yeah.
Lex, Lexi, Looney, Libby, Lori.
You are familiar. I think it's an L name, right? Yeah.
Are you?
That bacon's so far away though. Like its memory's vague.
She just she she brings the bacon over and just like holds up the plate, like kind of teasing him with the bacon, and just says, maybe this will jog your memory. And she's teasing him with the bacon. Stop pretending you don't know my name. You're just acting so silly this morning. And she puts the bacon down for the breakfast.
Have you met me, Lex?
I guess you're right. She doesn't actually sit down for breakfast with you, and there's like a sense of like urgency a little bit to her movements, something that you've seen before but in a different context.
You got a
And
big
she
day planned?
Well,
I gotta
he
get
should know about this, right? Like
yeah. Why are you asking me this? And she points at the calendar on the wall. We have the calendar system, and it's all like color coded and stuff with like different big events. I gotta get to the gallery for work, that got an internship with the curator, and we're supposed to be setting up this big event, and she's looking for it's mostly like there's a lot of like your books and stuff, but she's looking for her like shoulder bag and
I feel like we've had this discussion once or twice. You need to push for your own show. Internship.
Yeah, I know, but the artist life doesn't pay the bills, and working as a curator is the next best thing. But I am
both. You can do both.
I know if this goes well with this curator, she's gonna totally push for my work to be out there. I really need to make a good impression, and I need to find my bag.
Do you want me to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle?
Oh God, I hate when you show off like that. You gotta stop leaving your junk around. And she's moving books, and just like, you never see me
Rory
at home
takes
because
his junk off the table. Oh, that's my bad. Takes a step back.
The reason you never see me at home is because I have to go to an art studio to do any work.
Sorry. I'll clean up.
Good.
It's always better when you're in the room. So, yeah.
Elsewhere, a madam, not Madam Dame or anything along those lines. Nothing grandiose.
Madam Dame is very much for those people who come for call for readings.
Okay.
Miss Dame is her everyday.
Now, Miss Dame is as affluent as you might imagine one could be, who comes from a long line of both money and prophecy. Miss Dame is also graced with the ability, like her grandmother before her, to speak.
And her mother.
And her mother before her. Yeah, just for generations, just down the line of the family, from like when they immigrated, the small attempt at you know, living in a couple places in colonial life before they settled in what would become Chicago, right, the second city, and just the whole line down from the old world have had the site, as they often refer to it, right? Um, and it manifests in various ways, but Miss Dame is what is colloquially known as a dream speaker. Um, they are heavy into the spirit and mind spheres, often being able to see literal ghosts. You can, as you might imagine, this you can glean premonitions, and it differs because reality is flexible, especially for a mage. And again, having wealth and prophecy have done well for Miss Dame. She might only look like a middle-aged woman, but we both know that she's probably a few years or decades older than she might seem if you were to dig through hard copies really hard. You got to see in the 80s and before, computers were definitely a thing, but digitizing files takes a while, and it's a little bit easier to maybe to live a little bit longer without any suspicion, especially when you got the money and the site. And you happen to be here in Chicago, helping curate a private collection, right? A young artist caught your eye by the name of Lexi, and you're nothing if not a little benevolent, giving back and that sort of thing, right? Like, and to help see someone in the community come up through the community. But you've also got some other things. So you sort of survey the space. You're there. It's well, I guess where would you secure space for this type event?
Probably somewhere hip, where something, up and coming, one of the like more renovated buildings in the artsy district of Chicago. Probably not that far from Boys Town, as it would be called in this time period. And she's definitely looking for art that harkens to a newer millennia coming, a newer ideas that are flowing easier.
Yeah. See, 92 is, as it's commented in chat over there, is an interesting period in that it is very much a transitional period.
Mm.
The 80s is still 80sing about, but the 90s are right on their cusp of coming, and
The neon is real.
yeah, at least in our memories of it, right?
The grunge is real.
The
That's
grunge is real. Yeah, the Chicago punk scene is taking off, and that's the real reason I chose it. It's Gigi Allen is pissing on his audiences.
That's sanitary.
Piss Jesus is at its full form.
Yeah.
That's a real piece of art. Look it up.
Yeah.
No.
So you've got this hall building secured. I'm sorry.
It's like a lower level, probably like lower level building that has like a bunch of windows on the outside, so you can see the art, but you have to like go inside to experience it. And then some of the windows are blocked off with like temporary walls to hang art and have sculptures on it and sculptures by it. Yeah, it's very eclectic. It's very, I would say it's probably, the theme is music of Chicago type of
Okay.
situation.
Oh, I like that.
Like bits of blues, bits of punk, bits of rock, bits of, pop, things that are coming and going.
Yeah, the Smashing Pumpkins are right at the height of their success. Their Chicago band. William Patrick Corgan is from Chicagoland. What is it? Disarm and Today and Cherub Rock are charting.
So yeah, there's definitely looks of like live music probably in like photos, and then like paintings of like days gone by of like impressionist paintings, or like something like that of surrealist paintings of like blues players on the street corner and things like that. Yeah.
The sort of newcoming artist, or the I think she mentioned it as looking for a who am I getting feedback from? I'm sorry, I'm trying to talk through it, but I'm doing terrible of it. It's gone now, I think. I believe cassette tapes are still decently prominent in 1992. So
yeah, and get it right. It is also Betamax and
no,
Betamax has died by 92.
no. VHS is firmly.
Yeah, but I remember
what's
the
the
early
album?
'90s. My family still had Betamax, but it was like on the
People
way
had
out.
them, but you couldn't buy them anymore.
Yeah, VHS had won. Like the Laserdiscs and Betamax were
Laserdiscs, that's what it is.
Laserdiscs were coming out in around then, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Betamax and Laserdisc.
Yeah, they I had Star Wars on Laserdisc because it was at a fucking garage sale or something, and I had no way to play it because I didn't have a Laserdisc player, but I had Star Wars on Laserdisc. Damn it. Yeah, cassettes were on the way out, but I had a cassette collection all the way like through '98. You have carved out a space, perhaps a separate area entirely. I think even a separate floor entirely, where this artist, this Lex, is coming to maybe garner your favor, set up her display. It might not be fully related to the primary thrust of your exhibit, but you get people to come in for the thing, and then like, oh, go look at this like sort of guest exhibit or this, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
And many of her paintings or art, I'll just say, not paintings per se, sculpture or charcoal, whatever the medium may be, are all like, obscured, like the tarps over them or whatever. They're waiting. Obviously, this is the sort of thing you wouldn't have, the various hired hands deal with. You really want to get the artist's voice for that, right? So you've kind of like partitioned off that room, and you expect her soon.
Lisbeth.
Yes, Miss Dame.
Where is she?
I believe her appointment was for 10 o'clock. It is still 9:30.
Fine. Also, why are you calling Miss Dame? I am your aunt.
Oh, sure. It's just you're really old for an aunt.
Rude.
She literally bites her lip to hold in the word.
I'm so glad you're reminding me of my age, Lisbeth.
This bitch is old, y'all.
She's an old lady. Nonetheless, what is on my agenda today, outside of this individual?
I think you were going shopping. No, not. It's not shopping. You were supposed to meet someone in Boys Town. Not Sam. My notes are scribbly.
I need you to take better notes, dear. Please.
You don't pay me, Auntie, to take better notes.
Sassy.
Oh, now you get a spine. Fine. I will figure it out. Is there anything in my date book that says anything about a council meeting? Anything with
You have
anyone important?
reading.
Okay.
A reading. There's it says VIP. It doesn't. I don't think they wanted. Well, they already paid up front, and they wanted discretion.
Where at?
Not too far from here. Address just a few blocks down. You could probably walk, but I'd take a cab. This place can get a little rough around that time. It's like 8 o'clock. About 8 o'clock tonight.
I'm fine. Thank you. Now you can leave. We'll talk about compensation another time.
I mean, just paying for whatever. She
I'm
pops
just paying for your what? Your university, your apartment, your car, everything.
She blows some bubble yum
I should really talk to your mother
That's so bad.
about
So funny.
how spoiled you have become.
Gee, yeah, talk to her about how you're paying for my university and all sorts of things like that. Yeah. Gee, I wonder where the
Oh, that's
spoiling came from. I mean, I appreciate it. I really do, but
Leave now.
she flashes a peace sign.
I swear, kids
Later,
these
babe.
days. You would think that they didn't get out of a major economic crisis. Where is this girl?
That would shape policy for the next
50 years.
several decades. Yeah, it's really bad.
Hooray, Reaganomics.
It's where a bunch of rhetoric
Shrugged
changes
Canadian.
and
Oh, it affected you too. Reaganomics
No, I know,
for
but
everyone.
well, the main thing America's
No, I
really
know.
great at
Reagan.
exporting is the idea of America. That's our number one export.
right.
All right.
Oh my God. Okay.
All right.
This American flag in the background, like,
Oh my God. You guys are the worst. Okay.
We are.
We're Americans.
of course we are.
Yep. Right.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Is there a ring on my finger?
Follow-up question. question, is there a ring on my finger?
Follow-up question: is there a ring on my finger?
All right, all three of you roll for ring on that finger. This is going to be really weird if
Let's figure it out.
What is it?
Ashley's the only
D20.
one.
Can I do it?
actually, oh my God, Ms. Dame, there is absolutely a ring on that thing.
Okay, wait. What is the? Is it a D10?
Your legal name might actually be Ashley Dame Williams, or not Williams. What the fuck was Williams' last name?
Bradley.
Bradley, yeah.
Hey, I know Ashley's lore. I'm a fan.
William Bradley the Third, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, he was the third. I forgot that part.
Yeah.
The other two weren't.
Wonder what
memorable,
Ashley did
so.
first.
Oh yeah, William is definitely. You think I'm not gonna like hit the like
I hate you.
weird reset button on like fucky reality and not bring William back?
Again?
I know.
But this time you can kill him.
It to
This
be
time,
fair,
I
to
cannot
be
stab my
fair,
hand.
to be fair, you could actually. I'm not gonna railroad you here. There's no rules. To be fair, your character's not over the trauma of William either. So it makes sense that he keeps getting pulled into these fits, these flights with fancy.
That's an 8 for a roll. Roll for ring on that finger.
Oh yeah, it's a very
Wait, is it?
it's
Are we
it's
also
all,
rolling?
it's
Are we
all
it a
the
D10?
carrots. It's all the
Is
carrots.
it
D20?
Actually, one thing William has been pretty decent at is he has like a penchant for like the ostentatious.
Of course. He's always
but-
had that.
But when it comes to like rich taste, you know, like he really does. Like he goes way too far is kind of his problem. But like an individual item or you know like a ring or something like that, like he might happen to buy the most expensive thing there like on accident where he just like, you know, you show him a case of jewelry, he will automatically pick out the like most expensive thing or what, you know, like top 3 expensive things. He does happen to have an eye for like certain things. And so it is a pretty like,
Especially
oh man,
whenever
like
it's coming out of
what
my bank account.
like Princess Cut, I think would have been a la mode in 1992, like gold band, like it's just huge, all of the carats for the diamond.
Of course.
So what am I rolling? A D20 or a D10?
Am I rolling for? Did I put a ring on it? Is that what's happening? Yeah.
See, there's 2 of you, so this is like rolling with advantage. Okay.
Okay,
I'm gonna
but
have
D20
you roll.
or D10?
D10. It's a D10 system.
All right.
Okay.
I roll my sparkly D10.
I rolled a 10. I rolled a 10.
Too late, Michael.
Oh,
You
I
already
rolled.
won.
I rolled a 9. So
Oh, yeah, there's a ring on it. It's not just girlfriend and boyfriend. Y'all are married. And maybe not to each other. I don't know about that.
yeah,
Fuck
they're
you,
rings.
Andrew.
Oh.
I mean, it doesn't need to be to each other, but y'all asked specifically if there's a ring on it in this weird reality. And
Okay, but I feel like I would know who I was married to. Maybe not him, but me.
yeah, you know, if you want to send me a DM, if y'all are side pieces, or if you're married, or if you just want to, yeah,
Okay,
you know,
but like,
you know,
I know.
yeah, you know.
Okay.
This
I
reality
know.
comes more natural to you than to Rory. Rory's still balancing the 2.
Right. Okay. I basically exist here. Great. Gotcha.
Oh, you have some moments.
I guess she's on her way out, and
It's the opening's tonight, right?
Yeah. If I make a good impression with Miss Dame, I'm gonna be able to show my pieces this weekend. It'll be great. I have
So
to
I
go.
should remember pants.
Oh God, please remember pants. And
Hey, come here.
okay.
Just full arms around, one arm down. You got this. Just a nice squeeze. I believe in you. Enough for both of us if I have to. I'll see you tonight.
Rory,
Right.
as you embrace, fun turn of phrase, as you embrace your wife?
Wife?
Question mark.
Huh?
You get a quick flash in the sort of mirror behind her of your face covered in blood, and it's
Bleh. Dude, what? That was weird. Okay. All right.
You okay?
I think I'm still waking up. I don't know.
Huh? Well, if this all goes well, maybe we'll finally be able to move out of this place into something a little bit bigger.
What do you mean? This place is great.
There's barely enough room for us and all of your stuff.
I know. I'm fucking with you. And I mean,
Lucky I
how are
love
we?
you, and that I'm still
there's not enough
fucking you.
room already. Like someday, still maybe, gotta have keep the traditions going.
Sure. She
We'll
gets
talk about
this
it.
kind of she gets this look of just like I'm trying to understand this whole thing. It's kind of more your thing, and the art is her thing. So it's like, she's kind of just like, sure,
Well,
whatever.
the subtext was kids. If you didn't catch it.
No, she she is a little more like, I don't know, flighty and distracted too, like very whimsical artist. So she doesn't fully catch it and just like, oh yeah, kids, someday, sure.
Yeah, just a thought. I don't know. Anyway, you get that sweet ass off and do art things.
sweet ass.
There's a lot of emphasis on her ass right now. And then she just gives him a kiss and is like, we'll find some time, clean this place up. And she's like,
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
This is a new gallery, right?
It's a pop-up.
Sure.
So
But new, which means we have to christen it.
We almost got caught the last time.
That and magic.
One day that's gonna catch up with you. All of these
Probably.
lights
It's
of
worth it, though.
fancy. It really shouldn't be encouraging you, but it has been fun.
All right, get out of here. I got cleaning to do.
I gotta go. I'm
You're
gonna
distracting.
be late. And
Do you need a lift?
you're distracting. Yeah.
How-
No. It's fine. I'll get there. I'll get there. And she grabs her bag, which was like underneath a pile of stuff. Yeah.
So I just lost
Okay.
audio because my headphones.
Oh no. You back?
But continue for a second.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go. You're the distracting one, and she kind
This
of
is bad.
hit like
My ass isn't that distracting. I don't know what. Yeah, but you got it.
maybe not your ass, but your face is distracting, and it's this banter, and she grabs her bag from underneath a pile of his books and stuff. Just like, all right, I'm out.
Push her out the door. Hate to see you leave, but I love to watch you walk away.
Oh my god!
Slowly close the door.
She rushes off to her appointment.
I love how wholesome, pervy, wholesome this all is in a World of Darkness game. Nothing bad could ever happen.
Never ever.
But
Listen,
it is.
you still gotta keep the CW going.
I think it's a decent time to take a real quick break, not just because I have to fix audio issues, but also I was gonna make a joke about how it's time for y'all to watch our asses leave and get hydrated and return shortly. And then I started having audio issues, but
Let's get that sorted out.
the best horror has juxtaposition, right? Absolute best. Act 1 is setting it up, but things are a little bit weird or off. And you're watching a vampire game, so you already know that there's a Stepford Wives sort of vibe here, right? Like
Allegedly.
Maybe I changed the entire game spontaneously to a slice of life Mage the Ascension ROM.
Life 90s mages, yeah.
Yeah, like I just spontaneously changed it on my players. Congratulations, this is a Mage Ascension game now.
Dice
yeah,
say
we'll take a
bullshit.
quick 5-minute break. I'll replace my headphones and get a drink of water, and we'll see you all in about 5. See you soon, everybody. them. Oh man. So
No.
you watch dat ass leave, and it doesn't matter what time, space, or reality one is in. She's got the cake to make you quake.
It's accurate.
Welcome back, everyone.
We back.
So Rory, Lexi has happened to have left the television on, the CRT, 32-inch. So a pretty good sized television for 1992, even.
Yeah.
And weighs more than your
it
sofa.
It does that thing though every once in a while. Yeah, it's staticky. It's got to give it a quick whack. Right.
Yep. Yeah, it's got the rabbit ears, and there seems to be some sort of game show playing on it as you sort of.
Oh shit! Price is Right. Let's go. Fuck yes.
Oh my god.
With Bob Barker, actually, right?
Fuck yeah.
Back in the day, yep.
So
R.I.P. my man.
And how much do you think this is worth? And you're just kind of middle of the bidding, 300, Bob.
Oh my god.
No,
Classic.
it's $475.
And then some dick comes in, 301, because that person always a douchebag.
$1.
I mean, it's the closest without going over, but come on, you can do better.
And how much do you think it's worth, Rory? And Bob's like looking directly at you from the screen.
You almost got me. Wait, what?
You heard me, and he's got the long microphone. How much is all this worth to you?
I mean, it's $475.
No, let's take a look over here. Maybe we need to remind you of the prizes. And he kind of
so confused.
And he kind of turns, and the little spinny thing rotates around. And it's
am I missing a meeting right now? Is that why you guys are fucking with me again?
And it's got a a big spread of a much larger house, and it's got family photos of you and Lexi and stuff like that. And then there's and then you just kind of art in the sort of gaze of what this prize is conveying, and there's a kid in bed Dad, check under the bed again. Oh, and little Rory Jr. will find no monsters here. What's it worth to you?
What the fuck is happening?
What the fuck
is
happening?
And then it goes staticky, and then it's back, and the person who bids the highest is closest to the thing, and they get called over, and it resumes its natural action.
That's what the fuck. I'm gonna go into my books and see if someone's fucking with me magically. Is it one of my? I don't know what's is it a coven of mages? I don't know. What's
you might have a coven. Yeah. It's the nomenclature. The nomenclature. That's only if you're technocracy. It's a douche of mages. The lexicon changes. The changes based on what they are. A cabal, might be hermetic.
But basically, just a big detect magic. Is someone fucking with me this morning?
So we're gonna 1-to-1 your disciplines that you have there. Okay. How many disciplines do you have?
Points and disciplines.
Not points, and just how many disciplines do you have? Because we're just gonna say these are spheres that you have.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 different disciplines.
All right, cool. And we'll quick and dirty it, but Forces is going to always be the biggest for Hermetic Mage. So Forces is your number one, which would be that, and then you can assign life, matter, mind, and spirit amongst the others, which leaves you with one sort of like floating one. Prime, by the way, it's prime. That's your floating one. You always take prime. And
so it's pencil. It's pencil. Writing utensil. There you are.
By the way, I'm a fan of this cheesecake, but also I'm a fan of being gay and doing crime. So shout out to chat. How's it going?
It's Forces, Primal.
Yeah, Forces, Prime, Life, Matter, Mind, and Spirit. And we're just going to be quick and dirtying this. I'm not going to... Crap, I broke the kayfabe. I'm not running a whole actual mage game. Oops.
Oh, no. So I have 6 points to divide among that, basically?
No. Just whatever your disciplines say, just erase them, and right next to them, you're keeping all the dots the same, and you're just going to assign Forces. This is just a...
The main one for Hermes would be Force?
Yeah, it's always Forces. Yeah, Forces is what you might think it is. That's lightning, fire, elemental. Yeah, so you're just like kind of next to your discipline that you had as a vampire. Just assign one of those instead. The only stipulation being
would fall under mind or matter.
Forces matter actually would probably do it. I could see mind matter as well. For a lot of magery, you tend to need combo spheres.
So I feel like
if you want to throw a fireball, you'll need Forces Prime, because Prime is like just sort of primal energy.
So we'll do Civil Map Prime, Fortitude.
Yeah, so just map them out, and then if you want, you can do some magery real quick or whatever.
We'll map mind to Auspex.
I couldn't tell you to do this ahead of time, or it would have given away the.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. We'll map Spirit to Oblivion.
Happy birthday! Nothing says happy birthday like surprise mage powers.
Matter to Celerity.
Yeah. So I tried to keep the intro to tonight's session a little brief, but happy birthday, Michael.
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Preemptively.
Thank you.
Congratulations, you get to be a mage for this session. And it totally doesn't have anything to do with the horrible, evil things I have planned. But happy birthday.
Okay.
I have successfully...
It also totally doesn't have anything to do with me reminding Andrew that it was...
Actually, no, I had planned... Like, I messaged Anne, and I'm like, I was thinking about doing this thing. What do you think? And she's like, oh, it's also Michael's birthday. I'm like, well, no, I have to do the thing. You know, it was just like a... Like, because I'm like, good idea, bad idea. What do you think? And it was like, when it was pointed out that it's, that birthday was coming up.
You don't need an occasion to fuck with Michael, but the fact that it's his birthday just makes it that much better.
Thinks he doubled down.
Well, I really had to up the ante, is what it is, and how rewriting the entirety of reality around your character, really, I think says, ante has been upped.
Yeah.
Also, Michael's the main character.
It's true. It's well established. I have mapped.
Yeah, but only because Zoran's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, too soon, bro. Too soon.
I'm ready to cast a spell.
See, for your birthday, Anne, I gave you the gift of killing your ex-boyfriend.
The gift of trauma.
That, honestly, is still one of my better ones, I think.
I'm still...
Monster.
Sasha has not processed that, by the way. She is still pretending it didn't happen. And
then Ashley would do similar, her disciplines, but as a Verbena, your affinity spheres, your primer, life and forces.
Life and forces.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, and then Yeah, and then you're gonna if you're talking to the dead, you're definitely gonna want to take spirit.
I love that I am seemingly normal in this situation. Like
Allegedly.
nothing, just unaffected,
Yeah.
sweet little
you're
artist
totally normal.
girl.
What
Nothing,
are they?
nothing
Their
bad's
their
gonna
life
happen
forces,
to the
spirit.
normal
Just a
people.
girl with a sweet ass.
Yeah, so life and forces.
Yeah, life and forces, spirit.
Spirit you'd need. Correspondence. Correspondence is like teleporting things and moving things. Like
Ooh, that was on the list for me.
I forgot. Well, I didn't give the full list. I said the ones that hermetic
Important
ones
ones.
are like 10 toward.
Uh,
But yeah, you could do correspondence if you want. Just yeah, the in Mage, for those of you playing the home game, whatever your order is, or they have a affinity sphere that they have to always have the highest, and then they can have other ones beneath them. And like I mentioned, you kind of have to do combos of things. Like, so if I wanted to teleport a gun, I'd have to have matter and correspondence. And mages have something called paradox. Reality really wants to seem like it is reality. When you do things against reality, paradox tries to stop that, and you essentially accrue a paradox tracker that can have backlash and do some horrible things. If you try to do particularly large acts of magery, you need something called quintessence, which you tend to have like very tiny amounts. You might have 1 point of quintessence. And you use nodes of energy or fucking blood sacrifice and all kinds of cool shit to get more quintessence. But mages are by far and away the most powerful characters in the whole World of Darkness. Get at me, you won't. You can get at me on Twitter, though, at Mephisto Mori. You won't. But do like and follow the show while you're here. Follows are free. All right. But yeah, correspondence, entropy, life, matter, mind, prime, spirit, time. Those are your...
It's fine.
I always like entropy because entropy is the one that you can manipulate decently to not accrue paradox, because that's like you tripped and like your gun jammed, and like it's so you do a lot of bullshit with entropy. Min-maxers take entropy. Yes. Staring at, calling out whoever is watching this that's like, my favorite sphere is entropy. You have been called out. All right. So you have this moment and you're wanting to see some stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you naturally have your investigation and cult.
Mm-hmm.
You have your intelligence. So you could do it sort of the traditional way, or if you want to start maging it up, you've got some spheres.
Yeah, I mean,
They
been enough weird fuckery between like the Blood of the Mirror, the Bob Barker, and just.
I love the idea of Bob Barker calling you out. Like it's almost farcical to not be spooky, but on the same hand, it's like, God damn, if Bob Barker's calling me out, shit, it's about to get real. You know, so it's like, where does that
So, but yeah,
fit
I
on
think
the
we're
creepy
definitely
scale?
we're gonna lean into the magic here.
Okay.
And, like, see if someone's being a dick.
Yeah. So we're in the storyteller system of it all.
So I'm assuming intelligence, probably.
Yep. Go with that. I'd allow forces or prime if you're just trying to like.
Okay. We'll do forces.
Matter if you're trying to specifically like sort of scan the TV itself, you know.
It's more of it's not just the TV, so we're going for more of a general. We're gonna go forces.
Okay.
It's also the most dice. Yeah, you 2.
The expression, it's like riding a bike, is a fucking lie. If you haven't ridden a bike in a long time, it actually feels very alien. You might be able to get back on it and do it, but you feel the alarm of your center of gravity being off. There are certain things that it just again, it just feels off, and that is how you feel right now, pulling at the strands of reality. Normally you'd work them pretty effortlessly, at least if you feel like you would, but you sort of reach out. Now, what is Rory's shtick as a mage? How do you think he performs his spells? Hermetic mages tend to be one for like alchemy and ritual and incantation, and like they're very kind of old school in that respect.
Yeah, and as like an aspect of like that training, there's definitely of some of that, but when he's serious about casting something, like right now, we turn on a little bit of we just turn on the radio and find the punk channel, and we just sort of flow with the beat, the hand motions.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, there's actually like a couple yeah, all right. So you kind of close your eyes maybe and try to concentrate on the music, and at some point all the notes sort of harmonize into one sort of great chord, and you can almost see it in your mind's eye, and you sort of reach out and you grasp it, and you sort of feel the vibrations out in both directions, and you focus where it feels strongest, and you sort of at some point sort of find yourself chasing this chord down. You feel the welcome of magic. This is a force that is like breathing to you, and you inhale it, you feel it around you, you're in your element. And then the chord begins to rust in rapid form, and the ruddiness of it all more resembles dried blood as it snaps and you lose grasp of the chord. When you open your eyes for a moment, you see blood on your hands. It's gone. There was something there. Something stopped you.
It's wrong. What is, there's something. I'm gonna try to think of a name of like one of my mage buddies.
Rachel.
Okay. Yeah,
she owns a punk bar off the nearby college campus.
Okay. Punk bar. So she's probably passed the fuck out right now. But she means
90s, like she's like kind of like approaching like a burnout, like nah, she's a responsible punk.
I mean, it's also like 9 a.m. It's like 10 a.m. Like,
I mean, the bar is definitely closed right now.
Yeah,
in one form or another.
She's probably asleep. But I mean, home numbers are home numbers. I'm gonna go to the
That's her name, right?
Dial.
No, I'm sorry, Rebecca. Rebecca was her name.
Yeah.
Her name was Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Rebecca. I'm sorry. I combined
Rebecca.
I combined Rachel and Rebecca. You're welcome.
We were actually discussing this during the break, and Michael was like, Rebecca would have been like 8. I was like, 92.
Yeah.
If not younger. But,
No.
So funny.
But
It's
a
magic.
name's a
I
name.
ain't gotta
Yeah.
I ain't gotta explain shit.
Exactly. Yeah,
No,
It could be
I'll go-
Rebecca's aunt.
and-
You don't know. It's a
We
name.
probably have. I think we probably have a phone, like an actual phone, like one of the like
I'm sorry.
the tourney phones. What
A
were those
rotary
called?
phone.
Rotary phone. We probably have a rotary phone we picked up at a thrift store because it looks cool.
Yeah.
So I'll dial slowly. Rachel at home or Rebecca. Got me doing
So
it.
you're on the POTS, which is lingo in my field for the plain old telephone service.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. You're calling Rebecca. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Not Rachel. Rebecca.
I crossed out Rachel too. Like maybe I was
That's
thinking
fine.
Friends. When
I
did
fucked it
Friends
up
air?
too. So
94.
Okay. Yeah, we're a little too early for that. Hello?
hey, it's Rory. Are you? I mean, I assume you're probably asleep, but I think I need some help. There's something going on, and I might need a second opinion if you're feeling.
I mean, I gotta get dressed. Yeah, it was oh motherfucker, not even noon yet. You hear her reach for her her alarm clock on a nightstand. And
I'm fucking sorry, but yeah,
fuck, Rory, this better be like important.
I mean, I think it might be. There's some weird shit happening to me, around me. I don't know.
This better like if this.
I thought it might have been one of you guys just being dicks, but I don't. There's something more. I think.
If this is the something more, we shouldn't be talking about this on a phone.
Yep. I mean, come over. This feels like the center. This feels like the center point.
No, fuck that. If it's the center point, I am walking in there.
I'll meet you outside.
Is that cute little corner cafe still down by you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, should be
Called like Rocks and Beans, something like that. Yeah, we'll meet there.
All right.
Give me an hour.
Yeah, no, for sure. Thanks.
Elsewhere, we get our nice little shot of Lexi on a bus or whatever in her car, whatever it is, but she's traversing.
She drives the bus.
Yeah, she drives the bus. That's what it is. She stole it at paintbrush point.
No. Yeah, she is. She just trying to think. Which part of town do they live in? Is it near?
You live in like. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, finish your question.
I was just gonna say, is it like in the artsy district or somewhere?
You're on like in one of the like little college-y areas, where the housing's a little bit cheaper because the landlords exploit college kids. But it's okay. In 1992, they could still afford tuition.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. I think that. And the thing with Miss Dame, is that closer to like downtown or whatever? I'm just trying to get that.
It's like a shot across. Like you basically gotta get there. Is sort of, there's some urgency.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that. Like an older, like rust bucket of a car, probably, right? Like something that they could afford. And
A 1985 Cutlass Sierra gray with red interior.
yeah, okay.
That is so
Like-
specific.
Like I feel that in my
That is very
soul.
specific.
I know this car, for I was this car in 1992.
Jesus.
Okay,
it
so
was my
then,
grandma's car. I still have dreams about that fucking car, man.
Right. So then Lexi will drive over you and hopefully not be late. She's tried to leave as close to 9:30
Oh my
with
god.
all of the
It's so
partner
perfect.
distraction, like the husband, fiance. Did we ever establish that? Anyway,
Man.
Your game time decision. Your call.
fiance.
You're going with
Distracting
fiance?
fiance. Distracting fiance and all of that. She tries to leave as close to 9:30 as possible so she's not late, but she's like, oh fuck, I'm gonna be so late. She's trying to get Sure.
Sorry, that song doesn't exist yet.
it's true, it doesn't.
My god, this car plucked straight
Reality.
from my memory as a child. It's
Reality
right there.
bending bullshit. Anyway, no, we're gonna say fiance because I think that's more fun.
Okay.
Rory's ring magically disappears. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, so just
I
just-
see Michael in our chat, but I don't see him in. Isn't it like in your soul? It's just there. Yeah,
It's doing the thing.
yeah, it's doing the thing.
I just refreshed my video, so I don't even know.
Oh,
Alright.
it's him. It's his.
It's definitely him.
Michael, we got to have you drop out and come back. Yeah, do the thing. It's okay. We're gonna plot behind your back as Lexi continues.
Yeah, and she has. So it's been established that some of her work is already there, right? For the exhibit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
She does have like her portfolio, like a bunch of photographs of some other work of that Ms. Dame could peruse at her
Hey,
leisure.
Yeah, you got one of those big, like like leather bound on
but they're-
both sides, and
but
maybe
they're
even a.
photographs of the art because they're bulky pieces and things that she
Mhm,
can't
mhm.
drag with her all the
Mhm.
time. But she is basically just trying to be amenable to Miss Dame's whims. Her body of work is she's got a bunch of different kind of styles and like types of work. Her mixed media. What the hell? I gotta stop talking when the or the ST disappears. Anyway, she she has different
Yeah,
We
no.
can't hear you. Oh, there you go. Okay.
she has different kind of styles of her work. Like her mixed media and her sculptures use a lot of like it's one of those like upcycle reuse different materials that for
Mixed
art,
media project?
Yeah, like her mixed media is one thing.
You're doing
like,
a found piece where you have found art.
Well, but so she's got pictures of those pieces because they're bulky and hard to transport. But then she also has pictures of like her paintings. Her paintings tend to display her more technical expertise. A lot of the paintings are like these beautiful landscapes or cityscapes with like perfect composition and color and like the stuff that she learned at school is very much like on display with her paintings and stuff. whereas her mixed media stuff is more like experimental and out there and kind of
Oh,
wild.
our camera lens, maybe you're sitting in the car and you reach over for your portfolio and like some of them fall on the floor and you kind of pick them back up and put them in the portfolio so that our camera's eye sees for a moment that some of the more experimental pieces feature a lot of red. Well, a couple of them do. It's just that one photo where it's really conspicuously red. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and for Lexi, this is Tuesday. This is
yeah. Yeah, her more experimental work is like no kind of explanation. It's like the idea of just throwing stuff at the canvas or throwing stuff together. Like it's almost driven by something very raw and untamed and almost automatic for her. Whereas the paintings are more technical and intentional and, portraits of Rory, portraits of,
any nudes. I gotta ask. Did he go
mostly,
full life drawing?
Nude from the bottom down.
Oh, it's a painting.
A lot of no pants.
No, that's for the sketchbooks. That's not in her portfolio.
Missing out.
So
Listen.
I'm drinking this cinnamon roll for initiative that I bought at Gen Con. I haven't made up my mind. It does taste like a cinnamon roll. As a beer, and that's why I haven't made up my mind, because I wanted a beer and it tastes like a cinnamon roll. I thought it was gonna be like it hinted at cinnamon rollness, but it was I was drinking a beer.
It actually tastes like what it says.
But it tastes very cinnamon rolly. I'm like, I don't know if. All right, continue. I'm sorry.
Cinnamon rolling.
Right. So she pulls up to this building. She pulls up to this building for her appointment, and she's cutting it close, and she's like, "Oh crap, 9:55."
So as you're pulling up, rushing up, you're fully in the motion and swings of things.
Yeah.
So the Cutlass Sierra is in a section of my mind that is so like iconically, lower, lower middle class or whatever, especially since it's like from, it's outdated and bought used.
Yeah, 80.
Because of how I grew up, I don't have a. Oh yes, I do. Never mind. Because the car my mom always wanted was a Mazda Miata. And so that's the perfect, like, this person maybe doesn't have taste, but they have money to spend. You see a Mazda Miata in just orange, like orange Kool-Aid orange color, parked outside. It's a 2-door with a hard top convertible, so you like take the hard top off, and it's parked outside, and you see a man with the big shoulder pads,
Gross.
It's Ian Ziering. I just
little too baggy suit.
Not Ian Ziering.
Sort of standing, and he seems to be like pleading with this woman. Like, explain to me how Ms. Dame is dressed, by the way, so we can paint me a word.
Chanel blazer suit with the skirt, with like not a mini skirt, but like a right above the knee skirt.
Yeah, something tasteful.
Something tasteful. Stockings, not stockings, but like pantyhose. Kind of not a kitten heel, like sort of kitten heel, but like not full insane heel.
Mm-hmm.
Hair is like in a bun,
Mm-hmm.
and
She
she's
looks
wearing pearls.
almost looks like who was the like awesome? Well, they're all the Golden Girls were awesome, but who was the like sassy Golden Girl? Blanche,
No. Who are you talking about? Like
the sassy one.
the slut?
Yes.
Oh God.
Am I kidding?
Blanche?
No,
Not
it wasn't Blanche. Why don't I know?
Rose?
Not Betty
Rose.
White's character. Was it Rose?
Uh,
Oh my God.
Rue McClanahan's character.
Oh,
Dorothy.
Dorothy. Dorothy sounds about right. It's kind of like a Dorothy like power combo for going out like on the night type thing. Like
Blanche was the one that got ran.
hey,
look,
she
Night
never
and-
dressed full slut. She just had like she
The Golden Girls.
she was just an
ended
older
in-
lady who was okay with being promiscuous or not even promiscuous, who knew what she wanted and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like
But the
it was
Golden
pretty dope for the time, if you ask me.
the Golden Girls
Look, an older
ended in
lady's allowed to
92.
like sex.
That's true.
When
I
did it
love
end?
the timing. 92 in
Yeah.
May of 92.
Look at that temporally relevant reference I just made. On accident.
If you called Ashley Dame Rose McClanahan or Rose whatever her name is or Dorothy whatever, she'd be like, "How dare you? I'm not that old."
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't think, and I think it's important. I don't want to usurp anybody's mind's eye here.
Mhm.
Ashley Dame does not look that old. I was just trying to personally get like a sort of frame of reference for like how she is dressed. And then you see the like the early 90s, the cuts a little too baggy, suit, because that was just the thing, and it is dark blue with a red tie. And no, darling, seriously, like I thought we had our own plans for this evening.
No, we don't, William.
But I have a surprise for you, darling.
Can it wait for another night, please? For everything that's good and great in this world. I have a client.
It's all right. It's all right. Fine. You do your business stuff. It's why I love you anyway. I have to go look into this investment and a very up and coming business called Enron.
Oh God.
Oh.
Ugh. That hits too close to home.
It's
Matt.
It's
Too
okay.
close.
It's okay. I had friends with trust funds who actually lost real money because of that.
That's
I'm
funny.
in the city where it was based. Please.
Wasn't that like Waco?
No, Houston.
Oh, jeepers. And the funny thing, I love how that was like such a huge scandal back in the day, but now that's just how Wall Street. It's just venture capitalism now. It's like that's what it is. Like that's just the normal.
So where is Lexi at this point?
You're pulling up on this exchange. You're pulling up on this exchange, basically.
Okay, that's what's happening. Yeah. So I'm parking my car.
I have to go see. I have to go see one of our bookkeepers about this titillating investment opportunity. Anyway,
Don't invest too much, please.
no, that's not how. Get in early, get out early, my dear.
Write down the name of the company and I'll do something.
Enron. It's spelled with an N.
Are you sure?
Perhaps.
Right. I'll look it up in the sheets and do something.
See, people's birthday streams are presents for all of the players, and me trying really hard, practicing in the mirror to get a British accent for you, Shelley, was part of your gift.
Thank you.
So,
I can't.
and
Every time I try to do a British accent, I go like Skull Remade or like Australian. I go too far, and so I hope.
so Lexi, in the midst of this exchange, has parked and is trying to go by undetected, and she's in a like denim like overall dress, and she's got like black. Actually, no, she'd have like a red crop top, and she's got her she's got she's got her short hair in a bob and everything. She's carrying her portfolio, and she's trying to go by unnoticed from this couple, and she's just like,
Who are you?
I'm Lexi Dashkova. I have an appointment with Miss Dame.
Oh, you. Right on time. Interesting. William, please don't lose my money.
No, darling, I wouldn't dream of it. He
You said that the last time.
Like he's already like speeding away in the Mazda Miata.
Sorry about that. That's my husband. Nonetheless, is that your portfolio? Come, let's walk inside and go look at the rest of your things.
Of course, by all means. And she's carrying the portfolio in and she says, I've an assortment of different pieces for you to peruse. I genuinely believe that I am putting my best work forward.
I'm sure you do believe that. Now, are you from Chicago?
Ooh.
I'm putting together a locals gallery soon. Not at this location, at a different location.
Yes, born and raised. I graduated from the Art Institute in 81.
Oh.
Yeah, Masters of Fine Arts.
Of
I also took my bachelor's there.
course. Let me see this, and you can uncover your things that you had brought.
Yes, and I will hand over the as requested. And one of the bigger pieces that she unveils is a large painting of a kind of on scape, very much imagined like cyberpunk aesthetic, which is something very usual for Lexi. But this is like a new thing that she physically wanted to have brought over as this fresh new station for Miss Dame to either approve or not approve. But it combines kind of the bright raw energy of her mixed media and sculpture work, but it also captures kind of the technical side of her work. She's replicated the cityscape of Chicago in a very kind of dystopian aesthetic, like
That's super metal, and cyberpunk isn't like, fully, its thing yet, because it's kind of like a nostalgia lens looking back. I mean, we definitely had
Tron.
Yeah,
it's more about like the neon kind of flashiness of it, but it's
but cyberpunk became referencing those things. It's kind of like a derivation of.
But this is
art.
the early version of cyberpunk.
Yeah, no, it's so cool.
First developed.
All
but
I'm trying to say is it's fucking awesome, is what I'm saying. Yeah. So continue.
yeah, so that she desperate to make an impression, so she has kind of bunch of things happening all at once. So like, oh, if Ms. Dame wanted to see like her technical artistic prowess, she could look at these, or if she wanted something a little more out there, she could look at that, you know? Like she genuinely just wants to make an impression, and she like she wants to prove her versatility too. Like I can be whatever you want me to be. Hey.
Well, I do like that bigger piece that you brought. That is Chicago, correct?
Yes. Um, Inspired by some photographs of the city I've taken from balcony of my apartment, just to wide view of the city.
It's interesting. It's different. I like it. So, I apologize. Let's see. That big one for sure. And she'll probably pick out like a few from your portfolio. Uh, and like you probably have like a smaller sculpture.
Yeah. Um, it's the smaller sculpture is made from like actual pieces of like old laser discs and like repurposed. Like it's um it's an expression of like um it's basically like a tree sculpture with like the laser disc shards kind of hanging off of it as
Yeah.
a statement piece um of like nature or like greenery in the city. You know, it's becoming more, I guess, industrial. So it's one of her kind of out there weird statement pieces. And
She probably picks out like a few that like kind of match that and kind of go with that theme. And she's
yeah,
like, I like this. This is fine. This will be will be my thought process for this gallery is you go from old to new, similar to this, but this is more music. I wanted to highlight Chicago though in this growing landscape, and I think these would be the perfect area to end, to show the newer perspective of Chicago's future, of how it should look and what it will look like and there. But as she's spewing the bullshit, she wants to see if like this is something that she might have been looking at, like say like in visions or something
So
like
I
that.
was actually going to have you roll, without you wanting to prompt, but point is have a bonus die to this. Go
Cool.
with it, because I was going to have you roll, and you're going for it anyway. So yeah,
Fuck you.
yeah. So wits and then spirit, I would think would be kind of
Wits. Okay.
uh, plus a bonus
What
die.
what do so if we're hungry in our regular vampire game, do we just get rid of that?
No
Or
hunger
what does
right
that
now.
do?
No, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Paradox would be the relevant
And then you said
approximation.
wits what? Wits what?
Wits spirit.
Okay. Well,
Dachkova is the maiden name.
One. Unless there's a way to.
You can still spend willpower the same using your same.
Cool. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna re-roll those
Look,
three
this
things.
is still a role-playing game. G game.
It's still a
We
game.
have fun around here.
There's still dice.
There's still
We're
dice.
still dice.
Yeah, we're still dicing. Your character is still
Fucking
Ashley
hell.
Game, if not some other.
Oh
version.
no!
No, it's just horrible. Like I rolled 3 blanks and then I re-rolled 3 blanks.
Oh
So I have 1.
One
no!
success.
Hey, Michael, your dice curse is contagious.
You are definitely drawn to this art. It is giving off a vibe unlike anything else you have ever encountered. Maybe there were a couple things in your grandma's, like she had a basement that you were allowed into once before the house was demolished. You were allowed to, like, you knew that when your grandma went into that basement, like she was doing some major workings. Okay. She didn't take clients down there, like she went down there. You saw your mom come out of there one time after she passed with like a little black bound leather book that never ended up in your possession, by the way.
It's somewhere.
It's somewhere, and I'd imagine Ashley Dame is still looking for it.
Yep.
But even after your grandma passed, your mom had the task of cleaning out that basement before the home was demolished, and you weren't allowed near it, even as a, you were kind of like sent off to like boarding school or trade school, whatever it was. I'd imagine Ashley Dame did a boarding school type thing, right? Yeah. You were sent off to boarding school, and your mom conveniently cleaned out the basement before the demolition whilst you were away. And then you were brought back for the funeral. I mean, this play, you went in there but once, and you maybe saw a piece of art from like the old world that gave off a similar vibe. You remember it being like some piece from Ireland, but like Celtic Gaelic. Nothing remarkable, but it was the vibe. Just like a painting on a scrap of shield from like a shield maiden. And it gave off it was the vibe, it was the energy it had. It wasn't the art per se. But you definitely get that from her art right now. And that's just from opening your senses and looking at it. What your rolling of the dice give you is this feeling of deja vu. You're in this gallery, outside or whatever. Did you go inside? You went inside, right?
We went inside.
Yeah, we went inside. Also, can I just say that this is the gallery from episode 1?
Oh, absolutely. Duh. Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. I was like,
oh yeah.
I wasn't sure if I.
Oh yeah, I was just about to tap that right now too. It's a great call. Amazing callback.
Everyone gets inspiration.
Actually, yes. You all feel free.
Next time we play D&D, we have inspiration.
Feel free to have a free willpower reroll.
Yeah.
Is how I'm gonna do it. Inspiration
Nice.
would be like add die to a pool. Usually, is a good way of cleaning it up. But this is so big and so metal that I will give you a free willpower reroll.
Perfect.
for this session. It doesn't carry over.
Okay.
So you get this like sensation of like deja vu while you're standing in this gallery, and like you get this sort of flash of violence that you, before you can pick out particulars, you stop yourself from seeing. Hints of gore that we, the audience, have seen before with the person splayed open. But you don't, it's like you see like a hand with some blood coming down it, and you know, like a little bit of like of fishing line that was used to display. You don't see the actual full image. That you just get this moment of deja vu, and then for a moment when someone has a really intense deja vu, when you have a really intense deja vu, you start to kind of be like, and then this happened, and then this, and you're actually almost plotting out the deja vu, and you get this moment of these white interactive displays around you, and then you see red, and just again the hints of gore, a hand with some blood on it, and some fishing wire, and then your brain just stops you from seeing anything more.
Is there a way to push through to see?
This is where you're going to need to do a working, as your grandma would have
So
called it.
probably not in front of a mortal that I.
You get the sense that she might have the touch, but her avatar hasn't awakened, or there's something going on with it.
She's got the touch.
You fear that it. No, you can't do. You rolled what? 2? Yeah, sorry, you would get more than that. You get the feeling that she might have she might have the touch. She might have, well, the spark.
Ashley can always come back later.
She's definitely
Circle back around.
Yeah, she's had the
Circle
spark inside her a few times, but I mean.
Aw, damn it, Michael. Why are you like this?
Well, I hope that's fine, if that's okay.
Absolutely. And keep the portfolio, hang on to it. If there's anything else you wish to request from me, I will be hitting the studio and working finishing touches on the sculptures that you've requested.
Yes,
And then I'll have them
that's
delivered
a
to this.
side project. You take your time.
I will.
That's my husband's gift to me for our anniversary,
Oh,
and I'm paying
For
for
our
it.
anniversary.
I will. Okay. I understand. And you can see her like the wheels are turning, and she like is making a mental note or whatever, and she says, she takes the photo that was singled out for that, and she takes it and just says, I will keep all of that in mind.
Yes, I
and
heard it was something with a nude nymph, probably with a bucket of water.
It's your husband has chosen one of my more traditional pieces, so yes, I will require some time for this, but
Put clothes on her. If it's nude, put clothes on her. I don't shy away from nudity, but it's his idiocracy. I will pay you extra.
Okay, I'll make sure to read this. I will take the extra time and the extra money. Thank you. As far as this exhibit goes, if there's anything else you need, I'll have the rest of the pieces delivered
You
to this
have
building.
3 weeks to prep. So make sure you dot your I's, cross your T's, things like
Absolutely.
that. And make sure you're priced correctly. Not reasonably, correctly.
Absolutely. I will sure to do that. If you would have opinions, I would certainly appreciate that.
The
I
big
create
piece,
the art. I
the big
create the art.
piece,
I'm not
6
so good with the
figures.
business. Okay. If that's what you believe it's worth. Yeah. And I will
She'll look at it again, closer. She'll get like a little bit closer. Starting 250,000
Okay.
if I wasn't.
Yeah. So Lexi pulls out a notebook to write this down from her shoulder bag, and she's just writing notes.
And then the price accordingly
I-
based on that.
I just really want to interject. Like Ashley Dame has that moment of where she still, no matter what reality she is in fucking control. You know?
She's
And she has that moment of like the kind of, it's the subtext or the in between the lines is the kind of people I'm gonna draw to this. They have the money to spend on that, and I tell them what's good and what it's worth. You know, like she has that. That's the like between the lines is like, you know, and I had to. I'm sorry because it was like a core principle of the character. Like no matter reality, mage, vampire, Ashley Dame is in fucking
control.
control.
She's that bitch.
Until she's not, and that's like been a big part of the drama, conflict, and horror of her character is what she becomes when she is not in control, right? Like that's the so yeah. I had to underpin that. I had to. Sorry.
Oh, and
Continue.
Lexi is now making notes about pricing for other pieces, and just puts the notes. Okay. I appreciate your advice.
No
Business
problem.
of art. Thank you.
I do need someone to help run that show also.
Well,
If you're not available,
I intend to be
recommendations,
here.
of course.
I intend to be here. My
Perfect.
art.
You will get
Dream
a
of-
piece of the commission of
Thank
all
you.
art sold.
Thank you. I'll have the rest of the pieces delivered as it goes. Thank you.
And is that your date book here? And
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
going to take your pen and your date book and write in meeting at this time on this date, meeting at this time at this date. And like basically fills out your date book for you for the next 3 weeks leading up to it and says, you will be at all these meetings. If you are
Of
not,
course.
you better have a fucking good excuse.
Oh, I am live by this book. I will be there.
Perfect. Go where?
And
What if the excuse is that she was fucking?
No, that's not a good excuse. To Ashley, that is not a good excuse.
anyway,
Make it quick, and then you won't be late. Or
yeah,
wake up
Lexi
early.
steps
Come
away.
on. Have
Lexi
some
steps
class.
away from the meeting, make sure that everything's all wrapped up, and Miss Dame dismisses her. She
That first meeting, we'll go over your contract and also your commissioning contract, things like that. Cool. Bye.
thank you.
Oh,
And she
Hey, thanks, bye.
okay.
she runs off, and Like it's definitely she's very not even like shy, like it's not even like shy or anything. She's just very kind of people pleasing and like, whatever you
Oh, it's
say
a
in this game.
disease.
It's it's a whole problem with personality, but her art is really when she's creating is the only time where she is 100% to
Well,
who
it's
she
your
is, just
world. It's your yeah. Go on.
because she's trying to figure out things, and she's trying to turn her passion into something that she can earn money, build a family with. So she's very much struggling with kind of the business side of it, but she would much rather just like go on this autopilot
Feel that.
thing she creates. So she finishes this meeting and she goes to her car and she drives. She doesn't go home, but she drives
As
someplace.
Ashley's getting in, no, not Ashley. Sorry, as Lexi. I do it even when it's not the Sash and the Ash name. Damn it. Because Sasha
Uh-huh.
and Ashley are like a very similar name in my brain. Lexi is not at all similar to Ashley. Well, Lexi, Ashley, maybe. Anyway, roll wits awareness.
Who?
Oh. Hold on.
Who?
Lexi.
Lexi. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I suspect Ms. Dame has something else she's about to.
She's walking to her client.
She's like, I'm out. I have business.
Go away.
Oh shit! I rolled 3 successes on 3 dice.
Cool. You get that sensation that you're being watched.
My car?
You are being watched. Like you are going to your car, you get the keys to the door, go to unlock the door with the keys, and you like across the road, your attention is drawn there, and you just like there's something over there, something's watching me, and then it passes.
Somebody's
Do I?
watching me.
I love that song. Do I clock it or just gets away?
No,
Do I know which direction? If like when it goes away, can I track which direction it went?
no, it's one of those like you see you almost like catch a silhouette or something, and a car passes, and then it's gone. In fact, with your 3 successes, it is alarmingly gone. Nothing should move that fast.
Okay. Is there anything I can figure out what the fuck that was? Because if it made me feel something, I want to figure out what that was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I go in my car and toss my stuff, my bag and stuff in there in the back seat,
Mhm.
and I'm going to try to. I'm going to try to figure something out further.
Okay.
Like, where did it go? I'm gonna keep looking.
It'd be intelligence investigation, essentially.
Arts person does not do. Great. Real well.
I mean, you did. Go ahead. Even 1 success, and I'll have something to say to you.
Yeah, I rolled 2 successes.
Okay, cool. There's like across the way. There's it's like a little bit of an art district. So there's like a deli, and like a cafe and stuff, and then there's sort of like an alleyway, on the end of the little sort of conjoined buildings, before there's a corner store. and there's a little bit of an alley, and you caught this like, sort of like, I don't know, streak of motion. You kind of clocked it, and as you sort of investigate, you're like, oh, that's where this thing that was in my periphery went into that alley. Now it is daytime. The alleyway isn't as ominous as it might seem. It's in a decent-ish up and coming neighborhood in broad daylight. If something's going to make a quick exit, however, it's gonna go through a throughway, and there happens to be an alleyway there. You just sort of, that's logically where it must have went, or whatever it is.
Yeah, and she's just gonna go into the alleyway and see what's there.
Okay.
She's gonna keep pursuing this because she feels watching her, and she's just like determined. There's something fiercely determined about this.
Okay, you head there, and you'll note, just kind of piggybacking the 3 successes of your like awareness roll, the sort of more being observant rather than combing through and searching actively, but just kind of piggybacking your 3 successes on your awareness roll. You note as you walk up to it that the sidewalk has a lot of like these chalk drawings on it. Pretty rudimentary stuff, like like a weird pseudo stick figure of a cat or a dog. People, stick figures holding hands with a little yellow sun and things like that. And as you get closer to the alleyway, the images get a little bit weirder. You'll note that the suns all become spirals. And as you get into the alleyway, there are sort of continuations of the more innocent looking drawings until they all break down into just sort of these, until they all begin to sort of bleed into a surrealist scape of very obviously chalk drawings. And the deeper you gaze down the alleyway, the more things begin to spiral until you see a chalk door drawn at the end of it, a chalk crooked door.
I'm going to put, if there's a doorknob, I'm going to put my hand on it. If it's locked.
You feel a doorknob. It's so like the crooked door at the end of this alleyway, it's drawn on crooked with chalk.
Yeah.
Blue chalk. And when you press on the 2-dimensional space, you feel a doorknob. It's difficult to describe.
And does it feel locked?
A little bit, yeah. But you see a bunch of chalk sort of scattered about. You even like stepped on some and crunched it as you walked up to the door, and you see like scattered bits of the really bulky, chunky chalk. Most of it all worn down to little stubs, but there's chalk scattered around the alleyway. You can hear the sort of disembodied echoing of children's laughter about, as if there should be kids here actively drawing, and every now and then you hear that sort of very distinct scraping noise of chalk on concrete. But you don't see anything or anyone.
But I hear it in my mind. Is it?
You hear it in reality. Like you hear it. Like noise being played through a speaker to prank somebody. You hear it. This isn't telepathy. You hear the drawings and you hear the laughter.
I would like to. Okay, so it's just like a solid door, right?
Yeah,
I'd
it's
like to pick
the
up.
crooked door.
I'd like to pick up a piece of chalk.
Hmm.
I'd like to draw a window on this door.
We're gonna go ahead and take a quick break
That's
because I need to use the restroom.
Oh,
As does
Oh.
my doggo.
Put a
Oh, I'm not
window
ending it there.
through
I've
that
got way too much
wall.
I want to do tonight. I'm gonna have trouble at work tomorrow, but fuck it. It's worth it. This adventure is
Butt
too
fuck it.
important. So we'll take a real quick second intermission, second break.
Second breakfast.
Hey, listen.
And I'm gonna be quicker with this one. I love that you're drawing a window. I was like, oh, you draw like a key and a lock, draw like, but like window. I like that. I like that a lot. We'll be right back,
Hey,
everybody.
I have enough chalk
They're
to draw
back.
more stuff. This is
5
the
minutes.
step one.
All right, we are back. See,
Mad about it.
I'm really snacky too, so like it's all right. I grabbed snack cakes and a bunch of gummy bears.
I'm concerned about the chocolate bar in the freezer, like if I took it out because Filipino humidity. So I'm just gonna
Yeah, I should have put my my ho
power through.
in the fridge.
I'm gonna
It's
power
so
through this.
melty. It's too melty. I hate it.
All right, let's go.
So elsewhere, Rory finds himself at like was it Beans and Barley? I can't remember.
Something like that.
The
Yeah.
coffee joint.
Yeah.
Waiting on Rebecca.
One of these weird new like fancy coffee houses that are opening up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Starbucks is on its like very primal like beginning to franchise in the West Coast, probably about here.
Yeah. It's basic Pokemon level. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. No, that's why I was like careful to say like, deli, include deli in there.
Yeah.
That was a lot more commonplace. And I'm hearing myself again. Is it me? No. Okay. The you end up at this little like coffee house or whatever. And Rebecca comes in dressed in like leather pants and a crop top with a pair of like Doc Martens, which just are kind of timeless, honestly. And Rebecca, fiery red hair and in thick no, don't need to perm that shit curls with green eyes. She looks a little bit off from any previous Rebeccas, as if she'd be a aunt or mother, the aunt that Rebecca's actually named after type thing. And she comes in, she sort of like clocks you, but goes immediately over to the counter. Coffee.
I'm just like,
black is the devil's. Oh no, this has got to be a diner. This is 1992. Definitely a diner, not a cafe.
I already took care of letting them,
She's like, that shit you were about to dump out because it's been sitting too long overnight.
Oh, fucking.
That's
all right, here we go.
That's what I want. She says to the the waitress who just immediately knows what she means, and this is called trucker espresso.
I take the normal ass cup of coffee that I got for her and bring it over to my normal ass cup of coffee. And now I have two.
Yeah. And she gets like this. It's almost like more viscous than coffee as it gets poured into her mug.
Don't.
And then she comes and sits down, takes a big swig.
How do you drink that shit? I love coffee, but goddamn.
You don't drink it, you osmose it into your soul. Through your face. What do you want, kid?
All right, look. I woke up this morning. We had can't really remember it now, but there's definitely like some crazy nightmare shit. I was reading Enochian again last night, and I get it. I should stop doing that at night. But I don't know. Like I couldn't. It took me a while to like actually connect to Lexi's name in my brain. Like I called her Sam, then I called her Sasha. Sasha. When she was leaving, and I was like groping her goodbye, there was a weird. I'll be here all week. I saw a weird flash in the mirror of like just I was covered in blood. I don't know. And then, morning ritual, fucking Price is Right is on. And then Bob Barker started fucking talking to me and showing me all sorts of weird, like a this could be you kind of a thing. It was like there was a kid. I don't know. It was very weird. And yeah, there's some shit happening, and I wasn't quite able to pinpoint it myself. And there was like my hands were covered in blood for a second when I came out of it, and I couldn't grasp whatever is happening.
You're in it. And you're explaining your confusion. But I gotta ask a very important question. What do you think is going on?
I mean, at first I thought it was maybe you or one of the other guys fucking pulled some shitty prank, but something is off. Not right.
Did you cast any big spells or rituals? Paradox I've seen in some of our friends. I've seen it mess with them, with their perception.
Mm-hmm.
I had this kid, whole thing about it talking football for weeks because of the backlash.
No, I think last night was mostly just like my after reading, and then this morning just the one spell to try to figure out what was happening.
You know what you were reading about?
Oh God, it's so fucking. It's an esoteric text I came across. It's obviously Enochian, which is why my brain hurts from just reading it in general. But
yeah, that shit's worse than acid.
Yeah. Just trying to find that's unusual spellcraft, like trying to broaden my horizons, like seeing if I can't. I'm not. No, I'm not quite completely comfortable with the Hermes, but it's I'm trying to find maybe something new, something different.
Sometimes our people choose us, ain't the other way around. You
No.
didn't. You swear you didn't cast anything from it or do any.
I don't think not to. I mean, unless it cast through me, which but I
She kind of puts her finger in the coffee and begins stirring it and just like doesn't break eye contact with you for a minute. She's not there. This is like some deep meditation real quick. And then she like pulls her finger out the coffee.
what?
Your aura. It's like looking at a stained glass window somebody threw a rock through.
Well, that's not fucking good.
I ain't never seen nothing like it.
Okay.
Something's coming through the hole. Like,
In my aura.
she shrugs. I mean, your avatar's intact. So it's not affecting that. But it's like a tunnel.
Yeah, I mean, weird. I think I was maybe dreaming about vampires, but that's bullshit. Obviously, like that's just not real. Like,
Technocracy saw to that.
yeah. I don't know why I'd be dreaming about vampires, but that's about the only thing that I can remember from the dream.
There's philosophy, really, not necessarily us. It's some of the normies actually believe it, and I think it's quaint.
All right.
It's this belief that when humans make stories, tell weave fictions, that they actually do make other worlds if enough get in on it. It's not too different from a ritual the Hermetic Order might participate in collectively. Enough of you nerds get together, chant about something, and you make something happen. I don't know. She glances over like Batman, she says. Enough people thinking about Batman, talking about
Make
Batman.
something, make it true.
It almost the fact that Batman doesn't literally exist doesn't matter, because in all other ways he does exist. Get what I'm saying? Like, he affect, people get inspired by Batman, they go out and they do Batman shit. They
Yeah.
There's there are those within our order or within our ilk that have a little bit more of a literal belief in that shit. And you said you did this reading stories last night, bedtime stories.
I mean, sort of, I guess.
Stories have
Yeah.
power. Stories
Yeah.
have always had power.
Oh, for sure. Fucking Enochian. I gotta stop with this shit. Or the Taco Bell. I'm not sure. Or the mix.
No, I'm fairly certain that the elders were like, don't mix your Enochian and Taco Bell or you'll trigger some sort of apocalyptic event within your soul. That was definitely something they said.
Seems like something they'd say. I mean, yeah, any advice? You know what I mean? What do I do about a shattered aura with a hole in it? Other than hit the books.
She seems different when she says the next thing. You choose.
Choose what? I'm not saying choice. Do I choose to pursue the fuckery or not pursue the fuckery?
I get the feeling that the choice you're going to have to make is going to present itself.
Is this some Robert Frost shit?
Maybe more Chuck Palahniuk?
Hmm.
Wait, that might be dated. Or that might be anachronistic.
I think Fight Club was late 90s.
The author.
Yeah, but
don't
but that's the
know.
only book I really know, so I don't
know. Robert Frost. Bukowski. I think that the choice you're going to have to make ain't two paths diverging in a
wood, yeah.
I think it's a lot more complicated. And I think that the choice is going to inflict either demons or angels on you. From a perspective, they're both going to be the same. I think you gotta battle the kind that comes along once in a lifetime. The kind you hope you never see. The kind some people hide from by running a bar instead of facing their choice. She takes a sip from her mug.
Fuck. Lexi's gonna be pissed.
You and Sasha still doing all right?
You mean Lexi?
That's what I said.
Yeah, no. Weird. Yeah, no. She had a meeting this morning to finally maybe get her shit out there.
Yeah, imagine Sasha's name all over a bunch of paintings.
You just said Sasha. That's not her name. Right?
Yeah, Lexi, y'all fucking I was your best man.
Yeah.
Oh. You know.
I'm having a moment. All right. Whatever's happening is maybe starting to ramp up. I think. A battle.
Demons and angels.
This feels like some shitty movie. Fucking battle for my very soul. Woo! Fucking. Is Christopher Lambert available to play me?
Don't go climbing any ladders, all right?
Yeah. Thanks for something. I'm being here at least.
You're gonna... One way or another, you're gonna have to carry that weight, you know. Whatever it is. You can feel it. I can tell.
Something out there. Yeah.
You're reading books in the middle of the night in a Nokia and you're looking for something.
Maybe. Something's just not quite. I don't know if right's not even the right. Like something's different. Not as it should be. Because this, in so many ways, this feels more right. Like this is the writer life. I don't know, but do you know what I mean? Like this is where I want to be, but I'm not sure it's where I should be.
Some people, they get everything they wanted, and it's not enough. Is this one of those things?
Yeah. Well,
Like you got your library, you got the woman of your dreams, and you're waking up to, I don't know, sausage and waffles and every day, and there's still something wrong.
something off. Still not sure right, like wrong is the right word, but off, different.
I liked what you said about it feels right, but it's not supposed to. Something like that.
Yeah.
Where is that wife of yours?
What? She's at her. Should be at her meeting. Or
That was
they
fucking
had
meta,
one.
because as I asked that, anyway.
She vanished. Yeah.
Yeah. That was some deep.
I mean,
deep cut. Yeah.
hopefully her meeting's going well, and she's probably arting it up or something.
I think you maybe need to
Go to her.
go see her.
Yeah. I think you're right.
I have a feeling whatever's right or wrong,
She's connected.
something like that.
Well, coffee's on me. Thank you.
No. I got it this time.
Now is the time to put aside your weak human side and join me
All right, well,
in remaking this
that
world.
$1.50 will definitely go far in our house fund. So appreciate it.
Look, this is the best $1.50 in coffee you'll ever spend.
Unbelievable!
Unbelievable. Hey, we're getting rated. Thank you so much for the raid and the
Raid!
unbelievable follow there. See, it says that we're playing a vampire game right now, but you wouldn't be able to tell.
Unbelievable.
St. Pete, what up?
Vampires
Yeah,
in this coterie? Never.
St. Pete by night.
We met this guy like a week ago.
Yeah. Hi,
Yeah.
St. Pete.
Yeah, Gen Con, right?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Oh.
I watch their channel all the time. Sup?
All right.
What's up, St. Pete? What's up?
Well, I will not pay for the coffee. And I will
You're
get
just
up.
like, fuck
All right.
this. Coffee's over.
Time to go see what the fuck is wrong with my life. Yeah.
Nothing. Right?
And maybe that's the
Nothing's wrong.
problem.
Mm.
Oh god, that hurts. Oh, that I felt that deep in my shattered aura. Oh god.
Maybe I mean, I don't want to be that girl, but maybe looking for a problem is the problem. You ever think that you're worried that something should be wrong just because, I don't know.
I'm only 32. It's too soon for a midlife crisis.
Only too soon if be right on time if you're going to die at 64.
Oh,
None of us know when our number's up. But trying to wax philosophical here, but yeah, that shattered aura thing. Not a good look on you.
no, I imagine it's pretty I don't know. I got nothing. But
She once again, she kind of, her vibe changes and she goes pretty stern. You're gonna have to go where it started.
where it started. Well, what started?
I don't know. Where you met? Where's your fucking honeymoon? I don't know.
I haven't had that yet.
Ah, shit.
She
You
won't let-
you owe Sasha a fucking honeymoon.
She won't let me just teleport us. It's the thing. I'm like, let's just go to Cabo. No, we have to pay for it. I mean, fucking.
That's how you get paradox and start having a weird midlife mage crisis.
Look, if we just get enough people to believe in magic again, it'll be fine. Someone needs to write a book about magic, my magic school, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm fairly certain Jack Kirby tried really fucking hard to do that.
No, it was too soon. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go solve this existential crisis. Fuck me. Woo!
Nothing says happy birthday like an existential crisis.
So we are elsewhere in Chicago. Ashley, Ms. Dame, you seem to return with a furious purpose back to the gallery. Were you you had been talking about a ritual before. You also talked about some clients. What are you doing?
Ritual before client.
Okay.
That's
What does magic look like to Ashley Dame? What is her approach to this? What is she trying to glean? How does she do it? We had Rory with the music and following the chords, these little chords of magic. What is Ashley Dame?
Ashley, I mean, if we're showing similarities to our already prepared timeline, Ashley,
I'm giving y'all creative control with this. The The least I can do for fucking up reality is let you influence your fucked up reality.
Ashley kind of she takes the portfolio and starts laying out all the pictures in a similar pattern for those who have been at the long game with us to what it looked like in What's Her Face's apartment.
Janet Wicks.
Yeah, Janet Wicks's apartment, just like kind of scattered and like like folded over each other, and it's like in front of the big mural or like the big landscape of Chicago that
Ooh, I like
Lexi
that.
did, and Ashley kind of just like kneels and like has her hands up like this and just tries to commune with the feeling that she gathered and kind of just like kind of pull at those strings attached to things, kind of like, you know, pull this string maybe, you know, to like untangle a knot, and it's just kind of going there.
It's almost like weaving in reverse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, like untangling cords,
Mm-hmm.
basically. Just like, you know, you got to pull it this way and that way and kind of like tug.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and roll your spirit is or life, or I mean your choice, and then we'll go with intelligence, I believe.
Okay.
No, let's go with fucking resolve. This is a
Oh, fuck.
this is a resolve or composure, one of those two. Your dealer's choice.
They're the same, you dick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know this is gonna be a little fucky wucky, but can I use my charisma instead? Utilizing this
Charisma,
kind of feeling, this like the feeling she had whenever she kind of like
was in
basically
control.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll allow it. Like your force of personality. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
Thanks, buddy.
Bend to my trauma.
Bend to my will, bitch. And then I'm gonna add that extra die that we got earlier.
Yep.
And spend it. Because why the fuck not? I'm gonna use my tower. Fuck it. Why not? Even though it was fucking rude to me earlier.
Towering. Oof.
Again, rude to me earlier. That one. Okay. That one's gonna be blank. And then there was a lot of dice, so I have to do it in groups. Okay. All right. I'm gonna spend a willpower and reroll. You were supposed to be good.
You were supposed to do something with the Sith, not join them. I don't know.
4. Almost a crit. It didn't like me.
All right, you
4.
sort of arrange, we'll say, the art about, and you have this sort of focal point of of Lexi's large city work. And as you sort of like reach out, almost sort of pulling at these like primordial strands, you can, you know, it's like the Pepe Silva scene in Always Sunny. You know, it's like got all the wires and stuff, but rather than hanging, you know, the yarn, you're actually trying to take down and pull at these webs. Actually, Dame has the longest lineage. What is something quintessentially wholesome in her memory? Like
Wholesome.
like before William tortured her into, you know,
Before she got turned.
before the embrace, she was probably already kind of becoming a callous, baroness
Actually,
of a sort.
not.
No, okay.
No.
Yeah,
Actually, was full of life and very happy. And before
so paint me
William laid eyes on her that like 4th of July, she was like super happy. There was talks of her getting engaged. She was getting ready to she was a girl. She was 24 years old. She had a bunch of life ahead of her, and soon after her 25th birthday, she was going to come into her power.
So maybe paint me a scene of this 4th of July, a little rosy tinted before I fuck it up.
She is this is during the daytime, so before sunset, before William's able to walk in. Of course, some of the mages and some of the Tremere of the city are upstairs in her father's study, smoking cigars, drinking whiskey, like a bunch of weirdos. But Ashley is chasing her cousins around in the yard in like this like little dress, not a little dress, but like in this
like a summer dress or summer gown.
Yeah, like a summer dress, like a 1945 summer dress. And she's chasing her little cousins around and like, letting them kind of like get out of her grasp just in time and giggling and laughing. And eventually she catches one of them and kind of rolls them to the ground and like starts peppering them with like little kisses. And then it's just like her mom's like, "Get off the grass, you idiot. You're going to ruin your dress."
Right. So you have this sort of, you pull at these strands and you find this one that's connected all the way back, right? And as you're pulling at these, you see the ones sort of proximately closer to you, tangled and tight, and you're trying to unravel them. But you see these ones, or you feel these ones beyond your grasp, hinging on that moment. Like 1,000 points of a star, like the fireworks that'll go off tonight, every little like crackling bit of sulfur or magnesium or copper or whatever the colors it is, out of reach and scintillating and off and beyond, as if that was some pivotal moment beyond you where you are now that could have gone so many different directions. And I point that out to point out, as you grab and pull every clump, now you find these similar moments and these similar strands, these each one just a tangle. And that is... Sorry, I get distracted by the Canadians. How's it going, Steve? You had 4 successes.
Yeah.
You begin, however, as you sort of tackle the bulk, the mess, the Chicago image before you, You begin pricking your fingers on these other bits. They have barbs. It's like you're no longer untangling yarn. You're digging through dead rose vines and trying to untangle that and unravel that. There are these clumps, these clots, and a lot of them are sort of emanating from Lexi's art.
Do I get a sense of like something other? Like it's not
Yes.
human.
That's the strange part. It's not anything. It's a distinct nothing. You know, it's almost like something that is so good at seeming human, it is alarmingly, like
No.
yes.
Stick that hand into those thorns.
Okay. This hurts and your hand begins to bleed in your ritual. And you get these flashes of you yourself stabbing at your own hand. In a different time, place, gown. You have no recollection of this dinner party. But you see a man I can only describe as dressed as a mortician, but he's not a mortician.
Dig deeper.
You hear a voice. You won't like what you find.
I never do. That's the point, right?
You don't need answers.
I need a door.
Why?
Why are you here?
You pulled me here.
Why are you here, though? There's something different about you. You're not supposed to be here.
I agree I'm not. But you brought me here.
Then get me out.
Out. I want out.
We can discuss that once we're both out.
No, the pact is made.
Blood is spilt.
And the stakes set. Your hand begins to shake with tremors, and you can see your veins sort of black and discorporated. They don't so much pulse as they rearrange themselves spontaneously. You might say that they almost look like little scribbles underneath your skin.
Deal.
You have a client to meet with. But I think you can skip that. You have a gallery to open.
Who are they?
They?
The client.
Someone from your past. Well, not this past, but a version of it.
Will they help me get you out of here? Get me out of here?
Help is a quaint turn of phrase.
Can I use them?
As you've used so many before, you can, yes. Why do you wish to leave? You could stay here. It's safe here.
Nothing's ever safe.
It is safer here than the stories with monsters and demons and blood and souls being racked across centuries.
Will it get you out of here? If I stay here?
No.
Then let's get you out of here.
You didn't answer my question.
It doesn't matter.
Oh,
Everything has its own demon. Everything has its own blood. Everything is scary, no matter which page you turn. I see it a lot of the time.
of all the somethings I've touched, you, Ms. Ashley Dame, are the strangest. I like that.
Good. That means you'll make sure it's taken care of. Ashley will get up and she'll go to her appointment.
Ashley gets up and waves in Canadian. We are across the street and down a few buildings. We are in an alleyway filled with spirals in front of a door that's not a door, but jagged lines of chalk on a wall. And it has a window that it isn't a window, but sees way too much. Lexi, you stare through to a room. Not unlike one. Ms. Dame tried to set up a little bit before you, but you are in the room of an artist. You see a woman in her 40s, maybe approaching 50. She's pretty, if not a little plain. Hair in a sort of messy bun, and chalk and pastel intermixing. Oil pastel, chalk pastel, like intermixing are her mediums of choice. A lot of it tends towards the oil pastel, vibrant in the sort of outer rings of her works, and as the circles of her work get more concentric and spiral, one might say, toward her, they become more stark, black and white and gray. She draws images of all kinds of fantasies. You know, she's drawn imaginary friends, purple with little stubby blue wings, and bulbous things that look like Grimace, but more fun, you know. She's drawn heartbreak from the perspective of a child. A simple piece of paper with crude versions of a mom and a dad, obviously, with a piece of paper torn in half, right where the little girl should be in between the two.
Do I know this woman? Do I recognize her from school?
You do. She washed out. She never graduated. She never got a gallery. She...
Oh, okay. As I'm observing this, does it look like a real place, or does it look like it's still all drawn in chalk when I look in through the
You are looking
window?
through a window of her apartment. Like,
So
if
that's
she
like
were
a
to
real
look, if
place.
she were to look at the window, she would be looking out at us at the city Chicago. But you are looking through that window into her very real apartment right now, as she has these this timeline of all the art she's ever drawn, and that's where it gets a little more surreal. Is that like these works sort of exist just around, scattered around her as she works on her latest piece.
Is this a classmate that I know? The
Yeah, her
one
name was
who's
Janet.
Yeah, the art was really technically sound, but there was no
Yeah, there
soul,
was no edge to it. There was no soul to it.
no personality, just very technical and plain.
Hmm. And then something happened,
Some
and they
someone
say,
I
and it got
yeah,
an edge
someone
to it.
yeah, someone I know in
Well,
passing.
something didn't happen, and her art never got an edge, and she didn't get the rich benefactor pushing her art.
If I because we'd be similar in age, I think.
You were meant to
Because
be.
if you is there a way for me to open this door and kind of be sneaky about getting into this apartment? Or is it just like,
You can
oh, open the
roll.
door and you're like,
Yeah,
you
you can
fall into
roll.
the
Yeah,
apartment?
you can, if you draw yourself a key.
Yeah.
Same thing. And then you will roll a dexterity stealth.
Oh, hey, something I don't suck at. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Great.
Ooh, actually, I should have you draw roll art for the arting.
I can do that.
Roll a performance and like
Performance.
charisma, performance, manipulation.
Charisma performance?
Yeah, we'll go with
Manipulation?
charisma. Yeah.
Okay.
It depends on like where the art is coming from, but I'll go with charisma. I think charisma is most applicable here.
Well, I mean, she's trying to draw an access to this door to sneak in, so I'd argue manipulation here. She's being sneaky about this.
Is your intent sneaky and ill-willed, and
Not ill will, but sneaky. Sneaky, but not ill will.
I'll
Like,
allow
I'm
it, but
trying
only
to
because I
not
like you.
belong. That's all I need.
Let us just roll the stuff we want, Meph. Jesus.
Wait, so it's well, I mean, I guess I could roll charisma.
It's
Okay,
fine.
so
Just roll the dice.
Performance arts. Okay, great. Sorry, I just have to count the dice. Numbers are hard. Okay, let's see. What's the difficulty? Or do I not know? Is there a difficulty for this?
Mm-hmm. But there's degrees of success.
Okay, I rolled 4.
4?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's the perfect key. Dink. No, I draw a key as best as possible to get through the door.
As you draw this key as best as possible, and similar to how you felt the doorknob there in this 2-dimensional space versus 3-dimensional space, you see the potential for keys and doors throughout the alleyway. Like, it's kind of like when you stare, like there's like when you stare at something long enough, you can see faces in it.
After I draw,
A lot of these chalk drawings, you can see again the potential for doors and keys everywhere.
I didn't bring any art supplies or anything, so I'm gonna pick up as much of the little pieces and bits of chalk as I can and shove them into my pockets because
Mhm.
my dress has pockets. Yo.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to take one of the tiny little pieces out and hold it in my hand in case I have to draw something. And then I'm going to open a door and try to sneak in.
Okay. You open the door. You sneak in. You find yourself just standing on the other side of the window.
Okay.
And then you're able to like sort of crouch and get out of the way. This place is not unfamiliar to previous episodes.
Wait,
And that
is the
Go ahead.
alleyway the alleyway?
No.
Okay, different alleyway. Okay, I was just
No,
checking.
I can't have that many like convenient like callbacks.
I mean,
But
I was just wondering because that's where my brain went. If it's
Mm.
not, it's fine. It doesn't have to be. I was just curious. Okay, so
she has a lot of like pieces of art strewn out about her. Now, she has pieces of art that she shouldn't have drawn amid them all.
can I tell which ones?
She has like drawn a group of vampires like basically escaping her exploding apartment. She has pictures of Rory in a theater that appears to be haunted.
I
Pictures of
recognize this.
well, you see Rory and you see him in a theater that's haunted, like like it's Rory in a theater and it's haunted. You see a drawing of Miss Dame whom you've just met at a most unsavory meal with the head of her husband whom you just saw drive away in a Mazda Miata, like in it. You see her drawing a number of sort of snapshots from some of the worst moments of a reality that Lexi has no part of and recollection of, but she recognizes the faces and the people in them. And you, the player, Anne, know these moments.
But Lexi specifically does not. So I think, and I think she'll clear her throat, and she'll say,
They're all wrong.
"Janet, what is this?"
They're all wrong.
Wait, what's wrong? Tell me what's wrong.
She like stands up and she's got pastels in her hands, oil pastels, color, vibrant, but all the pictures around, like wrapped around her, are in black and white charcoal.
You can change this.
I try. And she drops to her knees and she begins like drawing, and the red pastel in her hand turns black.
Oh, okay. That's strange. I pull out a like chalk. Is it colored chalk that I picked up in the alleyway?
It's like the
various colors?
exactly. Like
I'm gonna
light
pick up,
blue
like,
and
a
yellow
piece
and
of-
whatever it is.
I'm gonna pick up a piece of like pink chalk from my pocket, whatever minuscule amount I can manage. Does it also change color in my hand?
No, it's not changing color in her hands. It's whenever she goes to draw something, like whatever she tries to draw, it comes out wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's still chalk in your hand.
Okay. And it's still like red oil pastel in your hand, but it draws black.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna look at one drawing on the ground that she's working on.
The one she's working on is her drawing Ashley's ritual, but rather than like the sort of like esoteric like lines and metaphysical lines and spiritual lines that she's untangling and seeing. You see a spider web, vicious and dark and jagged, and it spider webs out from Ashley Dame at the center into other paintings, this jagged line that just traces through a bunch of them. You see it intercepts with Rory in the theater. It intercepts with Ashley at dinner. It intercepts with you holding a man you don't recognize dying. But just like when you have a dream that like inserts a love interest wearing, just the face of some pop star or something like that, and you have the full emotional like attachment to it, and then you wake up and you're like, you miss somebody you don't even know, that hits you hard, and you
In a desperate attempt to do
and
something.
you know his name. It was Zoran.
In a desperate attempt to do something, Lexia's gonna look at the version that she recognizes as her, but makes a modification to the art itself, and would like to modify it in such that the woman she's looking at has shorter hair. Whatever reason, she just like covers up the extra long hair with some other color.
Yeah,
She
blend
tries
it
to
into the
modify
background,
the
and yeah, it goes a little
Yeah.
bit like sort of like Salvador Dali. Like you warp it,
Yeah.
and you turn it
She
into
tries
it's a mixed
to-
media painting,
she
and you
just-
sort of take it over.
painting. Yeah, to see what would happen if she changed a detail in the painting.
What color is in your hand?
It's pink.
Janet looks at you. What did you do to your hair?
My physical hair? Is she looking at my
Yeah,
hair?
she's
or
looking at you.
what? I don't know.
You grab it, and you see like a sort of strand of paint,
Yeah.
as though it was recently dyed.
But it's still the same length, right?
Same length, yeah. It doesn't like fully modify in like a one-to-one way you might have expected, but it does change you because art changes us.
I look at the man that's being held,
Mm-hmm.
and I try to add details to look like he's awake.
Performance check.
What
No
was that?
manipulation on this one. This is sheer force of will, charisma.
Yep. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I would like to use the free willpower you said. I'll do like a read.
Well, you want to add
Is
the
it
die to it, and then the better way to use it would be to add the die to your pool and then willpower the result.
Okay, that's fair. I'll willpower the results of that.
If need be, yeah.
That's 4 successes.
There's a knock on Janet Wix's door. And we will call it there.
Ah,
Is there a sequel? There's got to be a sequel. You can't just. Fuck. No.
Oh. Let's go, Fate Pact, bitch! Yeah.
Yeah, you just became a fucking like warlock with an archfey pact.
What the fuck
Just
just
Fey
happened
touched.
to me?
I just got the Fey touched feet. No big deal.
Yeah.
I like that you made the pact with Static Man and not me.
Boop. No, you just got that motherfucker in your head.
I don't know what's happening anymore.
It's Fey all the way down, baby. It's changeling all the way down.
No, but
What?
I hate you.
What did I do?
You know what you did.
We got to kill Janet all over again.
Remember that part where you were like, You're like, oh, this is great. I won't have any feels or emotions. This will all be about Michael. And I'm just
Trying
like,
to make
oh
it
yeah.
all about Michael, you asshole.
And I'm just like, oh yeah, sure. And I just kind of like, uh-huh. So anyway, Shelly, why don't you like help us on our sign out here? Who are you? Who you been playing?
Hi everyone. My name is Shelly Von Miller. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Shelly Von Miller. I've been playing Ashley Dame.
Question mark?
Question mark. The Ventru Primogen of Chicago. Art curator. Still hates her fucking husband.
Who's
fucking
alive
figure.
again though? But he's alive again.
Yeah,
I
and
love
he's
the internal
human.
consistency.
I love that. No matter what world she's in, Ashley is like, why did I marry this man?
At least in one world, he got his head chopped off and served to you on a dinner plate. You know.
Yeah. And I am this whole month I am playing in a Minecraft role playing server where I'm playing Ada Carragwin. She's the tavern keeper for Snowspire, which is a kingdom in whatever the fuck this world is called. So yeah, and I like being here. I like playing vampire. And maybe you saw me at Gen Con. Guess what? I caught COVID. Yay! That's why we didn't have. That's why we didn't have vampire last week. Is because I
that
was sick
my
with COVID.
flight got delayed by fucking 12 hours.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
I was in
speaking
no
of,
condition.
So speaking of catching diseases and being delayed, how's it going, Michael? Bad segue,
Well-
game. Boom.
The funny thing is we shared a hotel room and he did not catch COVID.
Yeah. I'm immune to COVID.
That's some
Don't
fucked up
say
main
that.
character
Do not
energy.
say that because next week you will catch COVID.
No.
You just cursed yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you and your main character energy, Michael.
Exactly. I mean,
You're gonna turn into fucking the cockroach man from.
Oh,
Men in
just
Black
wait until the
1.
payoff. Just wait until the payoff for this adventure next
I
week.
hate it.
It's too. Hey, look,
Or like
all good.
Friday, or if we can swing a bonus session this week. You know, like
Fuck yeah, bonus section.
yeah.
Wednesday or
Should that-
Thursday. We'll figure it. We'll talk off
Thursday.
stream
We
about
can do
that. Though.
Thursday.
Thursday. All right. Thursday.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, I am Michael. I have been Rory Teague, Hermetic Mage, King of Lexi's Heart.
King of Lexi's heart.
Listen,
Way to embrace the suddenly a hermetic mage thing. By the way.
A little too quick.
Find
A little
me
too quick.
on
Oh,
the
he was just
internet.
like there.
You gotta roll with the punches.
Yeah.
Yes, internet. Sub-Zero Jalapeno, Twitter, beacons. I do things. Mostly Power Rangers. Let's fucking go.
God damn
And
it.
watch me do stuff.
Right on.
Watch him whip. Watch him nay nay.
So speaking of watching him do stuff, and
Dude, worst segue ever.
Bad-
You should be ashamed
bad
of yourself.
segue
I
game.
love the
Yeah.
segue. God.
it's the segue.
Um,
It's the segue game.
I'm crying. Great. Hi, I'm Anne. You can find me on Twitter at exo_girlwonder. I've been ignoring Twitter for 3 months, but I'm back. Also, if you happen to like live around Melbourne, you might be able to catch me in the wild. Long shot, but if you happen to be in Melbourne in October
And
for PAX Australia,
God damn it.
you might be able to catch me in the wild.
Catch
Yeah,
you
I was playing Lexi Dashkova, super awesome up and coming artist and
Have you seen that ass?
wife. There was a ring, and now I control random things and change art and what the fuck, man?
Reconstitute boyfriends with oil paints and chalk.
I bring dead boyfriends back.
that's how he
with
comes back.
with
That's
chalk
how
and
that's how he
pastels.
comes back, y'all.
Maybe.
She fucking just paints him.
You know?
Look, art matters. All right.
Fuck, I'm crying like for real, man. Oh god.
Yeah. So I have the hiccups. So, Magical Mr. Mephisto. I gave myself the hiccups. That's how much I enjoyed this adventure, I guess. Pardon me. I hate the hiccups. They're like the worst thing on the planet. There's a circle of hell where you just have the hiccups, and that's it. It's just you have hiccups now forever.
That is the circle of hell. It's the
Okay.
hiccups.
All right. But yeah, you can find me on the internet at Mephisto Mori. Remember, follows are free, so like follow this thing. We're doing a pretty good job of telling a pretty great story. I should say my players are doing a great job of telling a great story, and I am fucking with them the whole time because it's an experiment.
You did warn me that it wasn't just going to be about Michael, that you were also going to fuck with me, but I ignored that warning and kept thinking it was just going to be about Michael.
Yeah, no,
You flat out told me it's not just about Michael.
it
And
never is.
I ignored you.
Our little like birthday
I know.
sessions always
I know.
feature stuff for everybody. You know, it's
Yeah, I know.
because I have a very communal view. You know, when you celebrate
Yeah, I know.
somebody,
Yeah.
you all celebrate together, right? It's not
I'm a
just
very giving
Yeah,
main
no.
character.
yeah, yeah. So yeah,
No, I love it.
fuck these hiccups. God damn it.
That was fun. Welcome back from Gen Con. Even though I'm sad
Gen
I
Con
didn't
was
get to
fun.
go.
So, yeah, if you're watching from Gen Con, thank you. Nice seeing you again. You know, feel free to come back. I guess we're gonna do a follow-up session. Ah, hiccups. Follow-up session Thursday. Who knows my sign off, so you can spare me from hiccuping through it.
Drink your
Drink
taxes.
your milk.
pay your-
Drink your milk. Do your taxes.
And be kind to each other, motherfuckers, or I'll
I don't
fucking
remember.
pay. I will make a pact with a fae creature for you.
I love how quickly you got into that Fey pact, by the way. You're just like,
Oh yeah. I said it's been a long time coming. I was just like, somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to shit and get off the pot.
because
But
every great story starts with, so I made a pact with this like unknowable Fey creature that's been tormenting everybody, and a lot of things have been murdered and died around it.
hey,
And then-
actually, he's got 5 humanity. She don't give a fuck.
I'm sorry,
I-
Ashley Dame has currently doesn't have a humanity
Oh,
score, 'cause
excuse
that-
me. Ashley Dame's a verbena fucking mage, and she doesn't give a fuck.
You got to get your realities together.
Yeah, whatever.
Because Lexi's just a mundane little mortal.
Yeah, that
Allegedly.
just drew her ex-boyfriend back to life.
Hey,
Yeah.
she doesn't know who that man is. She just
All
saw a
right.
dead guy and made him
5,
alive again.
4, 3, 2, 1. Dab out.
Good night, everybody.
We gotta dab out. We gotta dab out.
Oh.
I don't know which way to dab it.